Welcome to a brand new season of 07.
Exactly, and welcome to our brand new studio. It's been almost a year since we started the 07 show, and we're very, very pleased and extremely excited to be back in this awesome, beautiful studio that our video director has built for us. So we're very, very happy.
There's nothing quite like that new set smell.
Exactly.
So, but we have a lot of stuff ahead of us.
We do. We've got a very, very full schedule ahead of us. We're going to be talking about the Alliance tournament. We're talking about upcoming tournaments. We're talking to the CSM, who just a few hours ago finished the CSM Summit. But first, we've got a very, very important and very interesting message from CCP Seagull, our executive producer.
Check it out.
Hi everyone, CCP Seagull here with some updates on what's happening with EVE Online. We've released some really big changes to EVE Online recently, like the new Entosis-based sovereignty system, and I want to talk a bit about the bigger picture of what we're up to. We want to take player-driven, dynamic sandbox gameplay to its full potential with EVE. And all of the changes we have made under our space colonization and player-built Stargate vision strive towards that goal. We want fights and collaboration and events in EVE to happen over things that you built rather than things that we made, because those are the kinds of experiences that are really unique to EVE Online. We want the space infrastructure in EVE Online to be as dynamic and player-driven as the market is now, and we want there to be objectives that are exciting and possible for all kinds of players to take on. We've released a lot of changes that we believe take EVE step by step in that direction. But I think that our new, faster release cadence has made it a bit harder to see the big picture sometimes. That's why we will bring back expansions again in a new form. We'll continue to bring changes to EVE Online in releases about every 5 weeks. But for bigger changes that are connected and really say something about where we're taking EVE, we will bring them together in an expansion. And we'll only do that when it makes sense, not at a fixed number of times per year. We'll tell you when we have one in the making and what's going to be in it, but we won't pin down the exact release date until we're sure it's ready to go. Our next expansion will be all about the new epic Citadel structures that will bring whole new dimensions to the sandbox gameplay of EVE Online. And they will bring more things along with them, such as big news and a big role for capital ships. But they'll also herald all kinds of other changes in the universe that should leave almost no one untouched. We are hard at work with finalizing all of our plans, and I'm super excited about revealing all of it in full style at EVE Vegas in just a month. I'll also be blogging and doing more videos from now on, so enjoy the other parts of the 07 show, and I'll see you again soon.
That was CCP Seagull, and we hope to see you all in EVE Vegas for more news. Now with us we have CCP Antiquarian, CCP Falcon, and of course CCP Mimic is with us. You guys were all heavily involved in the Alliance tournament recently.
Yes, and just before we start, I'd just like to make an announcement that because of the allegations about collusion that have been going on, there is an investigation that's currently happening. And while the investigation is ongoing, of course, the assets that were given out to both the first and second team have been seized, but we'll let everybody know a little bit more about that once it's over and once we've concluded the investigation. Not really much more to say about that
at the moment. It's just
not at the moment. It's just ongoing.
Procedures, all that stuff. It's it's a high stakes game with a lot of angles.
Exactly.
But it doesn't take away from the fact that this tournament, I think I saw some of the best overall matches and strategies that I've ever seen in any and I watched almost all of the matches live, and it was fantastic.
They were really good.
Yeah,
actually,
really, really good.
I had when when Lojibro picked me to come in and sit at the desk, as it were.
Yeah.
I went back and watched hours and hours of Soundwave and Gargant, and while that may have been a mistake, all of the matches in there were incredible and great. But like what we saw for the 2 weekends that we broadcast was fantastic. Just amazing play.
Yeah.
It was, and so much was destroyed. I believe there were 7 Alliance tournament ships that are absolutely unique, and I unfortunately dropped my little card on what the numbers were, but if I remember correctly,
1 trillion?
it's 388,507,081 ISK lost.
That is actually correct. I had the numbers the whole time. Wanted to test you on it. It's actually absolutely correct.
A lot.
So it's a lot of ISK. So so the Alliance tournament has become one of our primary ISK scenes almost.
I think like the biggest loss before that was the Imperial issue Apocalypse that was killed in Alliance Tournament 3, I believe in the semi-finals, and that's the biggest thing we've seen since. So yeah, this
was an
huge.
absolute massacre when those ships started going down like flies. I was like, ah.
It started early. I think the first one was Shadow Cartel taking out Pandemic Legion's Etana on the second day of our broadcast, so day 4 of the tournament. And I remember everyone here just being like, "Oh my god! Oh my god!"
There was a lot of noise.
It was. I think Elise Randolph actually wept tears. It was lovely.
Yes.
Tears of
blood. At least, hey, buddy. It's
no SRP for that one. Like, wow.
And there is one other thing that came out of it. CCP Larrikin has been working on a bunch of graphs and stats from the Alliance tournament, and that is currently up on the forums, but we do have some that we'd like to show. I believe the first one is like the types of bands that we had throughout the tournament. That was quite spread. Obviously lots of Tengus. You can't see the graph because it's not showing, but there you go. Nice, pretty pink Tengus, which are, I hate to say, my worst ship, but anyway. But also, we have something about the most damage dealt per player, which I think was very interesting to see. There's a whole bunch more of other graphs that are up there, and as you can see, that Warlords of the Deep are way off the chart. You can't even see the full numbers. But
they did kill a lot of ships.
Yes.
And so did a lot of other teams. Lots of damage being applied by a lot of pilots there.
Exactly.
Crazy times. These crazy kids. So you guys are the first people on this set, apart from us. First guest on this new set. So.
Are you sure? Are you sure you didn't bring this from the 70s?
Yeah. It's a time machine. It's my time machine.
I love what you've done with the place. It's nice.
So, CCP Antiquarian, what was it like for you you were doing your first bit as a TV host, and you did 2 whole weekends just right into the fire pit. How was it?
Yeah, it was good. I thought the whole team is really together. Everyone seems to know exactly what to do, where you need to be, when things need to go. And while we occasionally had some technical difficulties, like all of the crew, all of the people behind the scenes knew exactly how to step up to minimize the delays as much as possible. And I was really impressed. I don't spend a lot of time on this floor to begin with. Most of my work is upstairs. So coming in from sitting at a desk and staring at code all day to coming down here where there's so much energy and not just with the staff, but also the player commentators and the people that came in the people that Skyped in to have interviews. It was just really great. I mean, it was a wonderful experience.
Everybody comes together, but you have to. I want you to admit one thing. This is really hard work, and it takes very special people to pull it off, right?
It is tiring.
Yes,
it is tiring work. I don't think I made it home awake any of the days that I was here. I was halfway there, just falling asleep on my face in the street in Reykjavik, which is gorgeous, which is lovely. You should try it.
Happy tired, though.
Exhausting and good. And of course, I mean, having a really excellent venue for watching all of the matches as well. Because last year when I watched the Alliance tournament, it was on a 13-inch monitor in a shared living room with a bunch of guys, and we're all kind of crowding in to see what is that. It was not pleasant.
It's a little more luxurious.
Yeah, excellent.
Over to you, Falcon. We have more stuff to talk about about future of tournaments in EVE Online. And we have some information for people at home. What's up next for tournaments?
So the next thing on the list is the EMR Championships. They'll begin in November, and it's going to be based around 4 versus 4 format. So what we'll be doing is we'll be putting a blog out next week, and you'll be able to you'll be able to apply to represent one of the heirs.
Yeah.
And from there, what happens is you'll pick 3 teammates, and then if you get selected by the heir, of course, there's going to be certain criteria. And then from there, you'll battle it out to be the representative for your own house. So it'll be one of the heir families.
Yeah.
And then you'll battle against, if you win that, you'll battle against the other houses to be one of 2 teams, the 2 finalists that have flown to FanFest 2016.
Okay, and for those who don't actually know what you're talking about, an heir to what and why? In case somebody might possibly have missed it.
The EMR Championships are part of an in-game event known as the EMR Succession Trials. Won't escape many people that the Empress of the EMR Empire was killed recently in a very unfortunate turn of events.
Blessed be her memory.
Yes, absolutely. Basically, the Succession Trials are challenges that are put out on behalf of each of the heir families, the 5 royal families of the EMR Empire, to select a new emperor or empress. And from there, what happens is their representatives fight it out. Typically in the old backstory, they're champions. Fight it out. Typically in old backstory, it was like big swords, gladiatorial stuff. But now it's capsuleers.
Yes.
And then the victor, the heir that they're the champion for, is then crowned as the emperor or the empress of the EMR Empire.
And this is going to happen at FanFest live on stage next year.
Yep.
So the winners have something big to strive for.
Yeah. And there's also some pretty cool prizes.
Tell us about the prizes.
So, way back in 2003, we gave out a ship called the Gold Magnet, and we also gave out the Silver Magnet. And I can say, I'm not going to steal CCP Lord Bro's thunder because he has a wonderful dev blog coming out next week with all the details in it. But we are going to be bringing the Gold Magnet back to EVE. It's going to be at New Eden again. We're going to be issuing 4 of them. They've had a balance pass by CCP Fozzy, and they're extremely powerful now.
Okay.
They're very, very solid ships. We're talking somewhere between sort of an assault frigate and cruiser in terms of their capability in PvP. We're also bringing the Silver Magnet back as well. So there'll be 4 gold magnets given out to the victors who win at FanFest and have their chosen heir crowned. And then we'll also be giving out silver magnets to the runners-up at FanFest, and also silver magnets to all of the people who got to the point where they were finalists for their houses.
Okay.
So everyone who got to the top of their group to represent their house.
Okay, so it's going to be big, big prizes.
How are you not stealing his thunder?
There's so much more to come.
Oh my God.
There's a lot of people at home asking the question, magnets, how do they work? But they'll have to wait for the dev blog to know the details.
Lord Bro has all the information.
Yes. I want to thank you two for coming and talking tournaments with us. We are going to go to the next thing.
But before that, we are going to give a shout out to the EVE NT
Yes,
Collides.
lest we forget. EVE NT Collides, which is...
He steals my notes and he still doesn't remember what's going on.
I don't look at that. So the premier player-run tournament that's going to start on the first Sunday of October. And at EVE NT in Nottingham this weekend, which is the start of the Euro Tour, they're going to draw the teams. They've invited some of the top teams from the Alliance tournament to take part, and most of them said yes. And they have they're going to be competing for special limited edition shipskins that we have provided to support this amazing event. So yeah, there's that.
So yes, so seeing as we're talking about combat, we're going to go over to a Does It Fit segment.
Yes. Check it out.
Enjoy.
Welcome to Does It Fit, where we cook up the most delicious fits in the universe. Well, today CCP Rise is with us with a very exciting ship.
So we've got the Hecate.
Awesome. But let's dig in.
Yeah.
See what it's good at.
All right. So let's start by just looking at the long traits tab here. These ships have a lot going on. So to begin with, it's always got a rate of fire bonus to small hybrid turrets. That's blasters and rails. It's got a tracking bonus for small hybrid turrets as well. So it's going to have a really easy time tracking with rails is really where that's going to come in handy.
Okay.
We're not going to use those today, but that's a really strong bonus still.
Nice.
And then takes less heat damage like all the tactical destroyers do.
Okay.
Then if we move into the modes, there's some really unique things going on. So first of all, it's got 50% bonus to hybrid turret damage across the board, making this the most effective turrets, I believe, for any of the tactical destroyers. Damage is crazy.
Yeah. We talked about that earlier. It's absolutely off the charts. Like, it's crazy stuff.
It's like, you can get up to 600-700 DPS with this thing, which is pretty wild for a destroyer.
It's pretty crazy, and that's pretty consistent damage with the size of the guns and all that. So
absolutely. All right. So then, if we go into the modes, if we go to defense mode, we've got a hull resistance bonus as well as armor resistances, which that's unique. That hull resistance bonus, and then we've also got a reduction in armor repair duration. Which is also pretty important because it means we're going to use a lot of cap. We're going to be repping really fast anytime we're running active rep, even though we're repping a lot more per second. So that's strong bonus, but we need to be mindful of it. So propulsion mode, we've got a micro warp drive speed bonus and cap use bonus. Also unique, it's going to push the Hecate further away from the 10 MN oversized afterburner fits that we see on the other tactical destroyers more commonly.
Nice.
And then an inertia modifier when it's in propulsion mode, so it aligns really fast, like interceptor speed align.
That's pretty cool, and it sounds like with these bonuses, micro warp drive, heat, all this stuff, it rewards active fits a lot.
Absolutely, yeah. Being able to manage the modes really well and being able to get the right modules to take advantage of both come in.
And
huge importance.
And it looks like it's going to play very differently to some of the other tactical destroyers. So a really unique and cool ship. Yeah,
absolutely. So for that last mode, real quick, sharpshooter mode, we've got a bonus to optimal range. For small hybrids, which affects, again, rails a lot, but both blasters and rails are going to be affected. It means we can range kite some other frigates in some spots, which is great.
Brilliant. It's going to be an absolute nightmare for small ships to deal with.
Definitely.
Okay, so let's take a look at the modules we're going to slap on this beast.
All right, so I've chosen for today for us to just go for a straightforward kind of blaster fit. So for the highs, we're just going to go with light neutron blasters, 5 of those. Lots of damage, shorter range, but very, very good.
Love it. I love blasters.
And then for the mids, we're going to do, instead of oversized afterburner, we're going to go with a 5 MN Tech 2 micro warp drive. We're going to grab our tackle, a stasis webifier, and a warp scrambler to make sure we have as much rain control as possible when we're close.
Yeah.
And now for this last mid, there's kind of a big choice. Actually, Gorski recommended doing 2 webs.
Okay.
Just to make sure you absolutely lock things down. You can't get kited yourself by other frigates.
Yeah.
But because of that rep speed and because of the blasters, we're going to go with a cap booster just to make sure we can always have cap to run our rep and move around the field as much as we want.
Nice.
And then for the lows, we're going to get a damage control. We get a ton of mileage out of that because of the whole resistance bonus we get on defense mode.
Of course.
That's good anyway. And we're going to get 2 mag stabs. So again, just pumping up that damage a lot.
Get to that 600 DPS. Huh?
And then last, we're going to go for a small armor rep too. And this is different than we see with a lot of other frigs these days that are running ancillary reps.
Okay.
We don't get as much mileage out of an ancillary rep because of the rep speed bonus. We're burning through the charges in it really fast. So we're good going with the Tech 2 here, normal small rep instead.
Okay. Interesting stuff.
Uh-oh.
We're running into fitting problems. It does not fit. So what do we do then?
Well, we're going to have to throw 1 ancillary current router into the rig slot. You have a couple options here, but this is going to take care of it for us. We can then online the rep. Now it does fit.
That's nice. That's always the goal here on Does It Fit.
Absolutely. And then we've got 2 rig slots left over. We're going to get transverse bulkheads, Tech 2s. These give extra structure HP, 25% a piece. Because of our hull resistance bonus, we're getting a lot of mileage out of that HP. And it's not giving us any speed penalties like armor rigs would. So that works really well for us.
Okay.
And then we can throw in ammo. I'm going to pick Void because I want to see the highest damage number I can. If we stretch this out here, we look at 624 DPS out of this thing with a fit that can really tank very well also.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
But we'll throw in some null and antimatter as well, just in case we need those. And of course, some nanite repair paste in case we damage our mods.
Yeah.
And that pretty much covers it.
Yeah. And to top it off, it's a beautiful, beautiful ship just to look at.
It looks so cool.
Because last impressions matter. But yes, the way we talk about the ship, you could think we were selling it in Jita, but we're not. But people are, so go get one. All right, so tell us what you think. If you've got a better way to fit this ship, let us know on Twitter, and we'll see you later on the 07 show. Thank you for coming.
See you next time.
Welcome back. We are live with 3 of the CSM members currently in Iceland after a very exciting summit. welcome to the set, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So to introduce you, we have here Sion Kumimoto, we have Kagali, and we have Mike Azariah. So it's great to have you on. Gonna start with you, Kagali. You are the newest. You've never been to a CSM Summit before, and you're coming in all the way from Australia.
That's right.
How has it been for you?
It's actually been a fantastic experience. Feels productive, feels worthwhile. Really excited to be here.
Okay, cool. So, anything different than you expected?
I was expecting more dissension, but I was pleasantly surprised at how the relationship between us and CCP was pleasant. I was expecting more of a fight.
All right. Well, I guess that's good. So, Sion, you had a pretty interesting idea that you brought with you to the summit about focus groups. Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit about your idea?
Yeah, sure. So the idea that I had kind of stemmed from some of the problems that we've had with the CSM. Problems primarily as an institution. It hasn't really grown to adapt with the new release schedule and just some of the different challenges that we've had. So rather than just being that guy who's like, hey, these are problems, and not offering any kind of solution, I decided that I'd spend some time and think on it. And what I came up with was to use specialist kind of groups, like focus groups of people who have a really deep understanding and knowledge of the game, but don't necessarily have the time to commit to being a CSM member. So we can then use the CSM to help manage these focus groups. As I don't know what they'll end up being called, I have no idea.
Yeah.
But it's kind of a neat way to bring in the knowledge that all of the people in the community can bring to bear on a problem, and hopefully ease some of the communication problems and ease some of the other problems that we've had with the CSM.
Sounds really cool. So, and this idea was received well, and this is going forward, and we're going to be seeing like different specialists in different areas, little groups here and there, working with specific CSM members on all these different things.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see how it works.
Yeah, it's a really cool idea, and glad it went through. So, Mike, how's it been for you? We've been talking. You're a HiSec guy. We've been talking nullsec a lot. How's that been for you?
And well, if anyone thinks that the security spaces are separated from each other, they're an idiot. Everything is so intertwined that a change to null is going to affect HiSec. A change to wormholes even affects the construction of T3. You have all these interlocking things. So you need somebody thinking about the stuff that's not on the table, but the ramifications and the crumbs that are going to fall off the table. Yeah. And so I had stuff to do and stuff to think about while I was here, even if we didn't discuss a lot of direct HiSec material.
Yeah. So anything specific that you would like to see happen for HiSec in the coming months, years?
Lots. If you asked me to have a wish list, I brought a wish list and got through a lot of it in the past 4 days. But HiSec needs love, and it's gotten some with, when the drifters come back. That's not going to be just in low and null, so that's something for HiSec. Things I'd seriously like to see get some dev time is things like Wardex and the criminal system and the bounty system. I have nothing against violence against capsuleers and even non-consensual violence against capsuleers, but that still needs to be looked at and kind of refined. Everything always needs tweaking.
Exactly. I mean, nothing is ever in a complete form, especially as other things change and the game evolves and everything. So, it's good to take a look at these things. Yeah, so, but just for all of you, I mean, how has this summit been? I mean, you've been here in meetings for a total of 36 hours over the last 4 days, which is almost the length of time it takes Kagali to fly here one way. So how has it been? Is it was it good for you?
I think the funny thing was that given the mood lately, both sides were almost expecting it to be a little more antagonistic and confrontational. And the first day, you almost could see both sides coming in, trying to figure out, do I have to plant before I throw the punch, or can I just, duck with the first swing? And it became very, the mood elevated through the days, although we start to burn out, but it became something more cooperative and less confrontational. We could talk to people, and we were being listened to, and we were listening to you guys and able to process what was going on.
Yeah, there's a collaborative element that I think people miss out on over text and in places where you don't get the chance to meet somebody face to face and see what their body language is like and see what they're feeling and see how invested they are in the product that they make. And that's something that we bridge a gap on as an institution that I think is extremely important to be able to bring this now back to the player base as well.
I think this is the reason why I always like to promote player gatherings a lot as an extra layer on top of your EVE experience, if you can make it out to one, because once you meet people face to face and you get to talk, it changes things a little bit.
The frustration's been kind of evident in meetings that we have, in the text conversations that go backwards and forwards. It's really nice to actually develop a face-to-face meeting. Yeah,
it makes things more productive following that, probably. And I mean, it's not been all roses. It's been an interesting period with lots of big controversial changes, and so changes to the release, changes to mechanics. So it's
I think
good.
some revolutionary changes.
Yeah,
this focus group that is a revolution for the CSM. That is amazing.
Yeah, so it's gonna change the way the CSM impacts development.
And how it collects information and decides on how they want to impact.
Yeah. And we're always evolving. And one thing I wanted to mention, that's a new thing that's pretty cool that CCP Lilu made, is the CSM portal. I think we have a picture of it. It's csm.eveonline.com. And this is a place where everybody who is interested in space politics or just interested in EVE Online, which I assume everybody watching this show is, this is where you can find a lot of resources where experts talk about things and information about the CSM, what it's doing, what it's thinking, and how we are working with the CSM, how they're working with us. So I think this is a really good thing that CCP Lilu made.
And one thing that's on there, in case people don't actually read tags, is contact details. If you want to talk to us, because we're the ones talking to CCP, up at the top there's a little bunch of pictures of us, and you can click on that and find out how to get in touch with any of the CSM.
I'm the pretty one.
Yeah, I won't argue that.
And Gorski's the pretty one.
No, he's cute. Pretty cute.
But now you guys, the summit is finished. It finished today. You're probably going to go out and have a few beers or something tonight, and then you have some fun times tomorrow before going home, right?
Fun times of one day, although I think Gorski's leaving early. I think one of us is leaving early, but for the most part, we get one day in Iceland, and then we all start hitting the road or the skies the following day.
Yeah. Hecate will be home before Christmas.
That's right, very slightly before Christmas.
Yeah. So. But I just want to thank you for coming. We are going to go to the next bit, which is an interview with CCP Quant, who is our data scientist, and he has some news about the project that he's working on. So take a look at that.
Graphs are always good.
Yeah.
Requests for our QEN or any economic figures from CCP are a recurring theme in our community. Not a month goes by that I don't see some comments on Reddit or Twitter from people asking for figures on how much ISK is in the economy, details on sinks and faucets, and so forth. Now, with our big improvements to our data infrastructure in the recent years has not only made it now possible for us to get all these numbers, but to automate them into a report that we can just generate on a monthly basis. So lacking the full analysis that Dr. Ayo did and CCP Recurve, we would then rather give you an infographic version of the economic figures. The contents of this report for the time being will be the following. ISK, sinks and faucets, complete summary of the ISK coming into the system and out of the system. trade deficit by regions, so we can track exactly how much regions import and how much they export, and can make some fun figures like trade deficit and so forth. We'll look at the total destruction, total production, and the production spread likely to be included into it. On top of that, we'll look at the number of indices like the CPI and the gross user product. We'll also include the ISK velocity, which is the total amount of ISK traded on every day over how much ISK is active in the system. So this is where you guys come in. We appreciate your feedback, and if you have some ideas on what more we can do with this, I mean, I know you have tons of ideas. I don't want this to explode into something that we can't really follow up on. But if I'll be happy to go over some of your ideas to see some interesting things to include here.
Hey, welcome back. That was CCP Quant, our data scientist. He makes amazing graphic material around data, and he had a wonderful presentation at FanFest. You should look it up. It's on YouTube. And so he's going to have more news about this new project of his at Vegas, and very shortly after that we should see the first one hit the ground. So look forward to that.
Exactly, and as we all know that you guys love getting more information, something that we didn't mention at the beginning of the show, which we should have, was the fact that as soon as this show is over, CCP Seagull will be putting out a blog as well. It's a bit more detailed from her message that was earlier.
Yes.
So yes. Yeah. While we're talking about things that are happening in-game, because this is, of course, the current affairs segment, we've got the Vanguard release in just over a week, and I just wanted to bring your attention. If you don't know what's happening in it, there's a whole bunch of things that are happening, including new burn emissions.
Updates.eveonline.com.
Yes, updates.eveonline.com. But one thing in particular that I wanted to bring your attention to, which is multi-buy, and this is something that CCP Kaka has been working on she's been working on for a while. Basically, it allows you to place immediate buys in a single station for multiple objects, or multiple items, I should say, at the same time, allowing you to buy a whole bunch of stuff, which is awesome. That is currently on CC, so please, please, please go and test it out, because the more you test it, the more bugs we can fix, and the sooner we can get it to you on TQ. So please go and test it.
More things you can buy. So
exactly. Yes, what else has been happening in
space? There's been a lot of things happening in space lately with all the sovereignty changes, all these groups moving around, taking space, losing space, making experiments with each other. And so to better tell us about that, we had Hendrik Taladar make one of his great 07 reports specially for the show. So let's check that out and we'll be back.
Hello there, space friends. Hendrik Taladar here with another episode of the 07 report. A quick look at the recent happenings in EVE Online over the past few weeks. We'll first look at the nullsec region of Cloud Ring, where the new player-focused alliance, Pandemic Horde, and their allies Waffles began and succeeded in an invasion of the Tinamurchi constellation that was being inhabited by Iron Armada. Elsewhere in Cloud Ring, the Omega Security Syndicate and Irukandji alliances took control of the Irton constellation. Nearby in Fountain, Black Legion announced that they would be vacating their holdings in favor of living in low-security space. However, the Alliance faced internal issues with leadership and saw several sizable corps leave the Alliance as a result. Despite this, Black Legion currently still owns several constellations in Fountain, but groups like Hard Knock Citizens, Losechnia Shalopen, Hun Reloaded, Free Gates Coalition, and The Culture have all taken their own share of the region, mostly centering around 1 or 2 constellations per alliance. Further south in Delve, Northern Coalition vacated the region, giving up the systems that they had previously held for several weeks. In their place, a collection of smaller alliances such as Taylor Swift Empire, Fork Off, Black Core Alliance, Adaptation, and Lux Erthna have taken their own space throughout the region. To the east in Providence, the Imperium Coalition announced that it would be invading Providence as part of a way to test out different ships and strategies under the recently introduced sovereignty mechanics. The goal was to destroy as many of the infrastructure hubs in Providence within a short 3-day window. This in turn would create a ripple effect, as a destroyed iHub would affect the activity defense multiplier, which helps the defender protect their systems against an attacker. While on their deployment to the region, various other entities within EVE also relocated themselves temporarily in order to fight either side during the small campaign. After the Imperium left the region, having destroyed over 30 iHubs, most other entities returned home as well, and the residents of Providence continue to maintain the majority of their control on the region. Further east in Wicked Creek, Test Alliance, Gentlemen's Club, and their allies teamed up against the Red Alliance-headed coalition calling itself the Red Menace Coalition. The fight between the two sides took place mostly in the form of battleships, though several capital ships, a few supercarriers, and even a Titan were used during the fighting. Red Menace Coalition have also been reportedly encroaching on far eastern regions such as the Spire, coming to blows with the likes of Triumvirate, who in turn have been attacking the border systems belonging to Red Alliance. In Losec, the Placid region has seen a handful of bloody fights as of late. One such battle was on August 30th, where two of the larger Losec coalitions fought over an R-64 moon. The team of Snuffed Out, Cruiser's Crew, and Psychotic Tendencies faced off against Shadow Cartel and Dead Terrorists, in one of many fights that have broken out as Snuffed Out attempted to take away valuable money moons from Shadow Cartel. The fight took several hours and reached over 120 billion ISK in ships destroyed, which saw Shadow Cartel and their allies come out on top. Just 2 weeks later in the Lone Trek system of Tazy, Project Mayhem and Circle of Two also faced off over a valuable moon, which belonged to Circle of Two. This battle was much larger in terms of number of pilots fighting, with both sides fielding not only sub-capital ships, but carriers and dreadnoughts. Circle of Two were also able to field supercarriers and 5 Titans, thanks to some assistance from their allies in the Imperium. In total, 200 billion ISK worth of ships and assets were destroyed, with Circle of Two successfully saving the moon but taking over 130 billion ISK in losses, mostly in the form of a 100 billion ISK Titan. And finally, in wormhole space, the Class 6 wormhole belonging to the Brave Collective Corporation Drop Bearers Anonymous was attacked by Quantum Explosion, who are commonly referred to as QEX. This wormhole is one of the few Magnetar Class 6 wormholes and was referred to as Nova, which also served as the main staging hole for Drop Bearers Anonymous. The initial attack began on Friday, September the 11th, with fighting continuing on the 12th and 13th. Various entities opted to join both sides to help them win their objective, with several groups also reaching the remote location to third party and shoot anyone they could. The system reached over several hundred players concurrently engaged in fighting throughout the weekend. As a result, these fights have seen billions of ISK destroyed and some comedic espionage occur, such as some of the Brave Collective dreadnoughts that were being handed out, making their way into the hands of QEX and their allies. The final outcome as to who will control Nova has still not been decided at the time of this recording, and could go on for a while thanks to the dedication of both sides doing what they can to succeed. That's all the headlines for EVE over the past few weeks. There were of course Titan kills that were destroyed, but I unfortunately have ran out of time for this report. I'm Hendrik Taladar, and in the infamous words of fellow EVE player Scott Manley, fly safe.
All right, that was the 07 report, and as you saw at the end of that, there was a little bit about the amazing fight that's been happening for the last week in Nova, the wormhole called Nova. To talk about that a little more, we have on the line a fleet commander from Drop Bearers Anonymous, all the way from Australia. It's the middle of the night. Loki Sotkin, are you there, Loki?
Yes, I am. Hi.
Hey, hello.
Hi.
Hey, you are fighting for your home in this wormhole, and you are fleet commander in this army that's defending Nova. How has the fight been going for you guys?
Over the last couple of days, slowly, and last weekend, obviously, pretty poorly. We were tangling with Pete's for about 12 hours, and I think we kind of pushed to our limits with that.
Yeah.
We're holding on, though, at the moment. We still have Nova.
So, I mean, you guys, this is not everyday stuff for you there. There's like it's a bit of a special time. How have your guys been holding up under pressure?
I mean, the first weekend there was a lot of frustration building, but at the same time, I've never seen, I think, our players so excited and so keen just to get a fight. We've had old drop bears come back from retirement, and we've seen a lot of old friends. We're holding up very well, very excited, I think, to get a fight. But we're also very excited just, it's a very cool thing that's happening. And more than anything, I think the drop bears have kind of come together, and we don't really care so much. We've all seen massive lost males, but we've kind of brushed that on. And at the moment, morale is still very high. It's very good.
Awesome. That's gonna carry you somewhat, at least. And how are you rating your chances at the moment in the days and possibly weeks to come?
That's a very tough call. We still have quite a good fleet, and we still like our chances, bar other things happening. Obviously, the first weekend, most of New Eden piled into Nova, and we were dealing with our own bat phones, and we were dealing with the laser hooks and hard knocks, slippery Petes, which were flowing really well.
Yeah.
In a Quex versus drop bears situation, we like our chances, but the nature of wormholes being that anyone can show up at any time, so it really just depends. It's such an unpredictable thing, especially coming into the weekend.
Yeah. Wormholes are a bit chaotic sometimes.
Yeah.
But before we let you go back to sleep, I guess, any shout outs, any last words?
Yeah, firstly, we wanted a huge shout out and thanks to, we contacted a couple of our sister corps, Desolate Order and Cough. Those guys came out on such short notice and helped brave themselves, sent a fleet. Massive thanks for that. Thanks to everyone on the opposing side. We've really learnt a lot. I know Drop Bears are so keen to put our own Petes together, so shout out to Hard Knocks and Laserhawks as well. We're learning a lot. Shout out to Full Metal from TD Sin and Chitsa from SSC. A couple of guys who've stuck with us throughout the entire week, alarm clocking kind of every 12 hours. Really just shout out to all the Drop Bears and the guys opposing us, who's kind of turned this just from a everyday weekend eviction into something that's starting to press into 2 weeks, and it's become a very cool story that we're keen to be part of.
Yeah. Indeed. Well, thanks a lot for getting up and alarm clocking to talk to us, we lost him, and we are going back to our previously scheduled program.
Exactly.
Thanks, Loki. Yeah.
Well, one thing that I wanted to bring up, which was going back to the 07 report, and that was the fact that Hendrik Taladar, who was the one who made it for us, and he's also started some newbie roams.
Yes. It's his buddies in Pandemic Horde are organizing newbie roams. They're talking about on the in-game events and forum, and so they are taking newbies, teaching them how to PvP, and if we know something about these guys, they do know how to PvP, and they do find fights on occasion. So definitely go there, and if you're a new player, if you know some new players, you want to teach some elite PvP. We always like it when people take care of the new players.
Exactly, and talking about new players and taking them on roams, I believe that every Thursday at 2300 or 11 p.m. if you live on Iceland time like we do, and Eve does, then Le Petit Mort runs a Brave Newbie roam every Thursday, like I said, sorry, repeating myself, out of, I'm going to say this wrong, Ansou, AUNSOU.
Yeah.
Just turn up, get free ships, go fly, shoot things, learn stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
It's good.
Sounds like lots of fun.
Yeah. And what else do we have?
We have a lot of things. See, I've got a whole long list. Luckily, I found my notes again. One thing that I wanted to bring up, which was pointed my way by a Rikoku player ignore me, I can't speak. It's the story. Misty with a one instead of an I.
Yes, Misty.
Is a player from Sweden who has diabetes and so has to go to hospital every week for several hours because he has kidney failure.
Yeah.
And while he was there, decided that he might as well play some Eve to kill the time.
Okay.
And a bunch of the kids who happened to be in the hospital with him saw him play, and so he started teaching them, and now they've started their accounts, and they're growing, and they getting into this whole little group, and they spend a lot of time together.
Yeah.
And they're, of course, asking for donations of ships or ISK or fun.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to go and meet up with them.
Exactly.
They've got something on the forums, as you can see, so please give a shout out to them. There's going to be some Swedish media coverage of that in the next week. So, yeah.
It's very cool. It's a very cool story, and it's shows how people can use Eve to kind of overcome hard times and just kind of get a distraction and do something fun to take their minds off things. And I also like the fact that the guy has built himself a little child army in the hospital.
Pretty much. And I actually came across one of them. I spend some time in rookie help every now and then just because I had some free time and came across one of them, and they put me in their chat channel and had a chat with them, which was great. And yeah, it was good. It's good to see them. Yes. So anyway, this just proves how wonderful our community is.
Yes,
well,
it really is. It really is.
All of you guys,
as you all know. And we are going to be joining our community on the Euro Tour, EVE Euro Tour 2015, which starts tomorrow morning. I'm flying to Nottingham early. I'm waking up at 5 to take a taxi to the airport.
I'm so glad it's not me.
Yeah, and it's going to be absolutely amazing. And we're going to 4 cities in just over a week, and we're going to be doing 2 weekends in a row. We're going to Nottingham, then we're going to Paris, Berlin, and Amsterdam. Tickets are still available for Paris, Berlin, and Amsterdam if you want to check it out. And as you see, the CCP crew has been practicing its rating tactics recently outside the office. So yeah, we've been doing pretty well, and I think it's going to be a very successful raid. Our ancestors would be proud.
Yes, I'm sure they would have. But you've actually just come back from another great adventure across the sea.
A really epic player gathering that we went to. EVE New England took place. CCP Rice and I went, and I took a lot of video. So let's take a look at some of that. So we got picked up at the airport. We flew to Boston, Rice and myself. We got picked up at the airport by 2 players who were given the career mission to bring the devs out into the woods of New Hampshire. It's just 2 hours drive north. We arrived in darkness, but woke up to see the 10th city. And then we stopped by the party barn. They have a 300-year-old party barn. We brought some new technology, gun chat demos and stuff like that. Then there was a PvP arena, a real-life PvP arena outside. And people like this a lot. We got to get one of these for FanFest. It's fantastic. There was a tournament with a lot of prizes. People won a lot of ISK. And as you can see, bumping is an eligible tactic in real life too. Then we had an EVE card game tournament. People really liked the old EVE card game. We won everybody won a bunch of prizes. Then we had a poker tournament as well, where everybody won prizes from each other, which was also fun to see. Lots of tears, lots of smiles, good times. And our bros barbecued for us, cooked us lunch, dinner, breakfast.
And all the food was included in the ticket, wasn't it?
Yeah. Like $50 to $70 for a ticket, and all the food included the whole time. I shot some guns. I'm not shooting at anything in particular, no food or anything. It's just trees. People took photos with corp mates. And we had a live band playing from the top of the barn for the outdoors party on the Saturday night. Bonfire every night and fireworks to end it on the Saturday. It was fantastic.
That sounds amazing, absolutely amazing. I believe there's quite a funny story with your fireworks as well.
Yeah. The fireworks, last year they used the leftover budget to buy fireworks. But this year they budgeted so well that there was no leftover budget. So they started the collection, and as it turns out, after a few beers, when someone goes around asking for donations for a fireworks fund, everybody just gives all their money, and we ended up taking it took us 30 minutes to blow up all the fireworks. So it was absolutely crazy.
It sounds like so much fun.
It was a great time.
I'm very jealous of that.
It's just one of those unique meets, and so much fun to hang out with players. Good to meet people face to face, and I recommend everyone goes to one close to their home if they can.
Exactly. And of course, while we're talking about fireworks and bright lights in general, soon, very soon, just over a month's time, is going to be Vegas.
Yes, Vegas. It's going to be absolutely amazing. It's going to be big. It's going to sell out. It sold out last year at 500 tickets or thereabouts, and we're selling out with a lot more tickets now. And so get your tickets fast if you wanna go.
I heard it's getting close to 700.
It's getting close to 700, and we're probably going to sell out. So yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. But we are going to show you something we're making for Vegas, which is a new ship skin that the people at Vegas will be the first to get. And here it is on the screen, rolling out for the first time. Fireworks and everything. Leftovers from EVE New England. And it's the Quaife Hyperion. A beautiful ship, and it completes the Quaife Galente battleship line. So it'll be the last Quaife Galente battleship that we'll be making for a while at least. And
that sounds absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, well that brings it to the end of the current affairs segment. So I am going to steal this chance to quickly give a shout out to my friend Grey Gal, who runs the Redemption Road roams out of Berta, and I had meant to get in touch with her earlier to find out exactly when it was, and I just got lost in the CSM Summit, so I missed that, so I'm very sorry. So shout out to them and all their wonderful stuff that they do.
Yes, and I just want to give a quick shout out as well, since we're on that, to totalleap.com. It's just my source for a lot of things. Quick overview of a bunch of stuff that you want to catch. If you're on the run and you need to know what's happening, it's a good place to go. totalleap.com. Check them out. Good
exactly.
stuff.
Okay,
But,
well, that's it for current affairs, but what we're going to do now is have a very, very short advert break while we quickly change set, because just after this, we've got something very exciting, which is one of your very favorite devs. We know that you love him so much, and that is CCP Bettik, because he is going to be accepting duels from players in nowhere else but
Jita.
in Jita.
So if you have an alt in Jita, I know it's unlikely, but if you do, make your way there, and he's going to be picking fights with random strangers and having a lot of fun. So we'll see how it does.
So we'll be back in just a sec.
Yeah. We are back with no other than Captain Bettik, and he is in Jita. He's got his captain's hat on, and he's gonna try to
he's
pick
trying
some
to
fights.
get a word in edgeways in local. So
Yeah. He's already smack talking in local, if I know it right.
Yeah, we're going to call this segment "Come at Me, Bro." So if you're a bro and you want to come at me, now is your chance in local. I would promptly send me a duel invite.
We have.
You haven't auto-rejected them, have you?
No, I don't think so. Where is that? Let's just unduck and we'll go that.
And the Jita has people in local.
There are many people, and there are people that want to double my money. That's quite exciting.
We have ships fitted of different sizes, and they have been theory crafted by some different devs. I mean, you've had Fossey on it and Rice.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, or bros in this case, a challenger appears.
A challenger appears.
A challenger appears.
First challenger.
Name 000. He is quite a binary person here. We shall accept.
Let's accept this duel and see how we fare against a man of many zeros.
And where is this good man? Good man, come at me, as we say. I am located at Kaldari Bureau Tribunal Law School. So if you're a man, not a mouse, or a space mouse in this case, then I recommend...
And just minimize that.
And take this away.
Yeah.
And then activate all the modules.
Group the guns, bro.
Yeah. So, wait, you will wait for a good time, my good sir.
Whoa. Everybody wants to fight. Everybody wants a piece of Bettik.
Well, they have to come, Mr. 000 needs to come to the Kaldari Business Tribunal Law.
Should we just go outside Jita 4 and just hang out there with in the full view of all the...
Here, this, right?
Nope.
Is it the one? Jita 4, yep.
4, yep.
Warp within 100. So we'll see our dueling partner here.
Yeah. So that's where everybody likes to hang out. That's where the cool kids hang out, I hear.
So Mr. Binary 000, come at me, bro, as we say here in the biz. This is going to, let's have this here because I expect to die. So
Local is telling you to group your guns, so yeah. I was ahead.
So, but just so you know, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't group your guns, there's likelier that you get the last hit on kill mails. This is not a known fact.
Yeah.
So
you heard it from the source.
If you, many engineers will cry hearing these words, but kill mails, I know the importance of kill mails. So like, let's just let the server, like.
It is basically the only thing that's important in life. It's
getting,
yeah.
And loving your mother, I would. Loving your mother is also important. And he doesn't know. Okay, Darth Phillips.
Yeah, let's just accept.
Here we go.
Darth Phillips.
Darth Phillips. Let's
come
take
at
you.
us, bro.
Where are you, Miss Darth? Darth Phillips. Nope, he's not here. Are we at the wrong station?
We're at the wrong station. Yes. It does not look right.
No, there's too little bumping going on here. So 4-4.
That's the one.
That's the one. Here we go.
People want to join fleets. We want to join anti-fleets.
We want to be the fleet.
Yeah.
Like I am a one-man fleet.
Yeah.
Like as you can see.
Yeah.
Here we warp to Jita.
And for people who have watched CCP Bettik PvP before, he survived for probably like 15 minutes against like a full system of low-sec pirates and dangerous people.
Here we go.
Live here on the 07 show.
Yeah.
What the?
Where is everyone?
This is, here we go. Darth Phillips in a Reaper. No, Darth, really? Okay. Like, kill mails are important. Let's do that. So, I'll just accept tools, multiple tools.
Yeah, just accept all the tools.
All the tools. Here we go. Here's we'll just accept all the tools. Come at me, bros.
Okay. Where are the bros?
The bro is here in a Reaper. We'll just accept. We're going down, like, here we go, right? Here we go. No, I don't want to be a fleet, but I want to duel. Yes, here we go.
There he is.
Accept. This is going to be awesome. We're going to just kill everyone.
It's going to own everyone.
Okay, Reaper. Accept. I'm just like, now we do it. Kill mails, ahoy.
This is going to get bloody soon. We're going to have so many kill mails, we're probably going to...
break the server.
Yeah, we're going to break the server with kill mails.
I don't want to be a fleet. I'll duel everyone here, but I don't want to be in a fleet. Like, yes. First kill mail, yeah! I have one-man army here.
Yes.
Let's go.
Dominic's.
Dominic's.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sounds scary.
That sounds a little bit scary. But
well, the Dominic's looks very pretty now after we redesigned it. I always liked it though. I've always loved the Dominic's. And feared it. I've always been afraid of Dominic's.
Here's a dueling partner, Vexor. Yeah.
Vexor.
Here, now we're talking.
Vexor.
Now we're talking. And we're accepting multiple tools here.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, I'm thinking like, why not just accept all the duels?
Yeah, like as I say, one-man army.
What's the worst they could do?
Absolutely nothing. Well, I've got one kill mail already. So
yeah, you got more kill mail than anyone else in this duel.
Here we go.
All right.
Here's someone bad. Here's sweep.
Oh, we're losing a bit of...
No. This is all
nude
good.
Someone.
Yeah. You're in for problems, my darling.
I have a feeling if you nude this guy, he'll die.
Yes. But unbeknownst to this triple friend of mine, I am hull tanked. Psych.
You didn't see that coming, Jita.
Oh. Here we go.
Wow, jeez, everybody wants a duel.
Yeah, I'm friendly. People love me, like that's for sure. So triple. Oh, come on.
This is turning into a mopping.
So kill right earned.
Yes.
Come on. Oh, come on, dude.
Oh. He's saying, oh wow, someone
this
got.
Is not going well.
No.
You're hull tanked, so.
Here we go. But that's okay. Before we get potted. I know there's like all these hungry barbarians here.
Yes. They want blood. And corpses.
And then let's give in to Okay. First ship down. This is what it's all about
Nerf
here.
Fleet invites.
Just want to tell you people, if you want to get me faster than anybody, then follow me and work. I'll be at Jita 6712. Furiously accepting tools here.
CCP Bettik.
I also want to point out, I am wearing Rice's big boy pants today.
Really?
Yes.
And the captain's hat. That's just unfair.
So no links for me, like the purity of the solo, like as I say. So this is one of those things. Like if you have a boosting alt, how can you be solo? How can two people be solo? I ask this question. So many people think like two are solo, but like if you go into the Webster's book of text of words, you will see that like solo
means one.
Yes. Not two.
Yeah.
Or basically not one plus AFK.
It's mano e mano, not mano and mano.
Yeah.
It's basically what it is. So more dual invites keep coming. It's almost like there's a lot of people in Jita.
It's okay. We had this beautiful thing called the weapons timer that we had totally forgotten about, which prevented me to
of course,
dock.
Of course. Jeez, we're getting so excited here.
Yeah, but now let's put on the big boy pants.
Yeah.
Warning, you're currently flagged for being corporate actions. What do you think, I'm a pussy? On dock? Yes, don't ask me again. Like, big boy pants. Don't join a fleet. Okay, undocking.
Undocking is confirmed.
Oh,
undocking is confirmed. So,
okay. First finisher.
What is local saying?
There's a duck.
We're taking all the attention away from the market spammers. I kind of feel sorry.
But this is the opportunity, kids, to
fireworks
to do doubling.
Someone from New England is obviously using fireworks.
Yeah, some left over, practicing for Vegas.
Yeah. So how many kill mills have you got now?
Only one.
Only one. Yes.
This Punisher here, when yes. Come on. See, this is CCP Bettik takes on the world.
Yes.
Yes. Accept. I like to.
Cool. Wow, there's a lot of blinky things there. So.
And fireworks.
A sure indicator of space violence.
Lots of fireworks.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. Big boy pants
here.
here.
Your ship is holding up well.
Yeah, this one. Like, I have to admit, CCP Fossey was a pro and helped me out here.
CCP Fossey is pretty good at fitting ships. Yeah. He makes them, so.
Okay. Yeah, he is the master of the ships.
Yeah.
This Punisher, if he docks, then he's got his pantyhose on. I'm just gonna say it. Yeah.
Don't dock.
Sophie. Big boy pants.
So, you almost got him down. Now you just gotta finish the deal.
No.
And then you have 2 kill. He's gone.
It's gone?
Yeah.
Sophie. You
target
me.
Everyone. Kill everybody.
Everyone must die. Sad thing is the only kill mill I've got is a Reaper. Oh.
It can't be the only one.
No.
There will be more.
There'll be more.
Let
me see. Who's next? Who's next on the death list?
Frank Gill. Before
that was.
Did I dock?
No, probably not.
No. But there's a trick.
Yeah, there's a trick.
Oh,
where's your clone?
3. Oh.
Just now.
And let's go into station 1. Yes, my friend.
Yes. You didn't send him far.
Here we go.
Must have been a weak putting.
This was like, no, CCP Bettik comes prepared. That's the thing. That's the thing. So now we'll do something tricky. We'll try here, undocking.
Everybody wants to be your friend.
Everyone wants to be your friend. So, like, seeing I suck, let's try killing the Ibis. That would be
that's
like
at least another kill.
I don't know who's worse, me or... Hey, it's Mr. Binary.
0-0. It's our first friend.
Yes!
2 kill mills. Take that, Jita.
Hey, Sweeple is back. No, not another Sweeple. Kestrel, yes. Kestrel I can handle. Come on. Reaper also? That's sexy.
Reaper.
I am the... No.
This is tough.
This is tough. Bettik versus the world, and the world won.
The world is a harsh place.
Harsh place. Space is not a friendly place.
Yeah. So you want to do one more, or
I'll take one more.
One more, and
just
then
one more.
Yeah. So who gets the last kill mill? I think it's going to be Bettik, because he's going to get the last kill mill. He's going to finish out Jita.
This is it.
I'm an optimist.
I'm aiming for that Reaper. That's what. this here?
This is the one. This is the one.
Come at me, bro. This is the one we want.
Who fitted this one?
This was Fossi, CCP Fossi.
Okay.
So
his last fit was obviously a failure, since otherwise we would have killed everybody. So this one will be a lot better.
So wow, this is like unducking into the beehive here. Wow.
Yeah.
There's lots of angry people here.
And there's beekeepers with fly swatters. Wow.
Didn't last long. Whoa. Death and despair, kids.
So I guess that's the recipe for the rest of the night if we keep going. So I think we should call it quits for now.
I want to thank you everyone that took a pot shot at me and left my beautiful clone up. And a race for the clones.
Race for the
I expect to see this beautiful body being sold for hundreds and billions of isks later in Jita.
Of course. And thank you for everybody who watched tonight. And it's time to get aboard those friendships, go into space, and hang out with your friends.
Stay cool.
Yeah, stay cool and stay in school. And we'll see you later on the 07 show.